If you want to be clear, confident, and unstoppable, your personal brand can't be an afterthought. It has to be intentional. And if you've been doing all the things, setting goals, staying busy, showing up, and you still feel unclear, inconsistent, or a little off, it's not because you're incapable, it's because you're misaligned. In this video, we're talking about 3 things that you need because you are a high-performing, ambitious woman if you want to feel confident, clear, and unstoppable. Those things are value, voice, and visibility. Let's get into it. Let's start with value because everything builds from here. When I say value, I'm not talking about what you do. I am talking about your unique value proposition. That is your perspectives, your motives, your talents, and your lived experiences all working together in a way that literally no one else can replicate. And this matters more than you think. Research shows that professionals who clearly understand and can communicate their value are more likely to be promoted and earn higher wages. But here's where you may be getting tripped up. You've been taught to work harder, to be dependable, to stay humble, and not necessarily to articulate your value. So instead of owning your expertise, you downplay it. Instead of positioning yourself strategically, you over-deliver and hope people notice. And that's not a strategy. So where does the shift need to happen? Okay, so let me help you with the shift. Instead of all those things, you need to be clear on what you do exceptionally well, who that actually benefits, and how you are going to communicate that value confidently. Because when you understand your value, you stop doing a few things, okay? You stop over-explaining yourself, you stop overworking yourself, and you stop overcompensating. What you do instead is you start making the right decisions that actually reflect your worth. Let's move on to your voice. I want to talk about your voice. I know I don't mean what you say. What I mean is what you stand for. What are you using your voice for? Your voice is your point of view. It's your perspective. It's your willingness to have an opinion about something. And I know, people throw these words around all the time. Authenticity, confidence, clarity. But I'm not just saying it to sound good. I'm saying it because without a defined voice, you become unforgettable. And that's not personal, it's psychological. Research shows that people remember clear, consistent messaging far more than inconsistent or neutral communication. So you need to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. So if your messaging is inconsistent, unclear, or constantly shifting, people don't know how to engage with you. So here is what a strong voice looks like. Number 1, you stand for something, okay? You're not trying to appeal to everybody. You're not trying to be all things to everybody. You're clear about the things you believe, the unique value you bring to the table. You have an opinion and a perspective, and you're not afraid to share it. It also looks like you have a point of view. Okay? It might not be a popular point of view, but it's yours. You own it. You own it confidently. Having a voice also looks like communicating consistently in a verbal and nonverbal way, because your tone, your posture, your presence all communicate a message before you ever say a word. Listen, and this is where confidence starts to build. Not from hype, but from alignment between who you are, what you believe, and how you show up. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Now, let's talk about visibility. Because you can have value and you can have a voice, but if no one sees you, none of it translates into opportunity. And this is where a lot of us, the people, high performing women, this is where we're holding ourselves back. Okay, not because we lack the capabilities, because we all know we can do the job, but because we hesitate to be seen. So I want to fix that. Let's fix it. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is own the room. But before you can own the room, you gotta know that you're in the right room. Are you in the right room? Are you in front of the right people? Okay, because visibility without alignment leads to burnout. I know. I have a button and a t-shirt from spinning my wheels in the wrong rooms. You don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be where your value is recognized. Learn from that. Like, put that on a sticky note and put it on the mirror. The next thing you need to do is manage the volume of your personality. And this is meaning that you're not supposed to shrink, but it means having an understanding about when to lead, when to listen, when to speak, and how to show up as your best. Next, establish circumstances for optimal success. We've all heard it, okay? Luck happens when opportunity meets preparation. But preparation requires intentional structure, okay? And most people skip this part. So we don't want to do that. You want to create circumstances for optimal success. Things that make sure or ensure when you show up, you have created a set of circumstances that you are operating at your best in those circumstances. And then the next thing that you should do is understand that your style story matters. And I'm going to say something right here that may not be a popular opinion. You might want to challenge me on it, but it's the truth. There are statistics that back it up. So, hey, do with it as you will. You are seen before you are heard. People have developed opinions about who you are and your capabilities within the first 7 seconds of that first impression. Listen, I didn't make the rules. It is just true. So your appearance, your presence, and your energy all matter. And that's not being extra. That's having a strategy when you have something that is going to help you maintain that appearance, that presence, and that energy. Okay? That's why I have a curated wardrobe. I believe in having a curated wardrobe, not for aesthetics, but for alignments, okay? Because you want your external presence to match your internal identity, okay? It's gonna make you move differently. It's gonna make you speak differently. And it's gonna make you be received, accepted differently. So how do we put this all together? Well, when we bring it all together, your value, your voice, and your visibility, you stop feeling scattered. You stop second guessing yourself, and you start operating with that clarity, that confidence, and that intention that we have been talking about. And this is what we want, right? This is what we're actually looking for when we say we want to feel unstoppable, okay? So if you've been listening to this and you're thinking, this is actually what I've been missing, I just don't know how to make it consistent. I hear you. I understand what you're saying, because I've worked with so many women who they set goals, but they struggled with follow through. They are building a business, but they feel unfocused. They feel like they're completely capable of getting a job done, but feel deeply misaligned and overwhelmed. So I'm building something. So excited. And honestly, it's more than a tool that I'm creating. Although, you know, it would probably be described as a tool, but it's a survival system. Guys, I'm super excited about this thing that I'm building. Okay? Because it's not just something you use, but a way of being. And it's going to help you. It's a posture that allows you to stay consistent, to stay focused, and to stay aligned no matter what is going on around you. Because discipline without alignment, it doesn't last, okay? It's fleeting, because you can only do something that isn't aligned with you for so long. That's why you get to the end of the year and you've not met your goals. You've even not just not met the goal, but you realize that you forgot that you even had the goal. You hadn't put any energy or effort towards meeting the goal because it was fleeting. It was out of alignment with who you are. And motivation without structure, it doesn't last. It fades, and it fades fast. So I'm gonna bring you along for the journey as I build this project. So if you want to see the behind the scenes and real-time insights and the strategy as it's being developed, follow me over on TikTok. I am trying to grow over there as well. So the link for my TikTok or my how you get to me over there is down in the description, because we're not guessing anymore. We're not doing that. We're going to build on that clarity, data, and intention. So I hope to see you over on TikTok. I'm going to get started sharing that information with you. Not necessarily everything, but I am putting something together. And I'm super excited about it because I have been bombarded with people needing it. And so I'm going to share it with you over on the TikTok. But we'll talk about more of what this project is going to help you with in future videos. So make sure you're subscribed here on my channel, because I'm also trying to grow over here. And leave me a comment. Tell me which one of these areas, which one of these 3 areas are you struggling with, or maybe share with me the one that you've mastered and share some tips in the comments down below. Either way, I look forward to seeing you back here next week. Thank you so much for watching me. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below, and follow me over on TikTok. All right, thanks guys. Have a great day. Bye.